Scott.
Remote learning.
Let's give it a shot.
Remote learning.
With Mr. Scott.
Remote learning.
He's gonna teach you a lot. I'm sorry. I really am.
Huh? I didn't mean to do it. Did I? Huh? It was just, it was an accident. Oh, that's what it was it? It was just a wee accident. Oh, you didn't mean to do it. Oh, well, there you go. I think that's fine, isn't it? Just go about messing up people's books, do you? What's this? What's that? What is this? I'll buy you a new book. I'll get you a new one. I'll get you a brand new book. I don't want your new book. Who's that? Who's that you've got there?
What? This?
Aye, who's that?
Miss Parquette. She's the principal of the school.
Oh, principal. Is she? No. Can I ask you something? Does your principal, does she go about messing up books? Does she? Didn't he think so? Ha! Oh, hi, I'm Mr. Scott. Hi, boys and girls. Do you know what I like to do? Do you know what I really like to do? You know the thing that makes me so happy? I like to go around and mess up people's books.
Now that's just rude.
Right, that's it. I'm away. See you later, Dunderhead.
Yeah. See you later, Grumpy. Have fun with Snow White and the other 6 dwarfs.
Oi, I heard that.
Hey, Brooks Scholars. Welcome back to Remote Learning with me, Mr. Scott. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. But let me ask you something. Do you have any pets? Do you have any pets at home where you live? Pets are great. An animal that is part of the family that lives with you. Fantastic. In our family, we have one pet. It's a betta fish by the name of Sunrise. She's very, very clever, actually. Well, whether you've got a pet yet or not, all of today's readings are going to be all about pets. Lesson 4 is going to be a continuation of the wonderful work that we started on Friday in Lesson 3. Readers underline evidence before they select the right answer. I've done something a little bit different with the way that I've underlined my evidence. You're going to notice that there are 5 lines that have been drawn under different sentences in each of today's 3 passages. Now, they're organized by color, so you need to remember your rainbow order. The evidence for question number 1 will be underlined in red. For number 2, of course, it's orange, 3 is yellow, 4 is green, and 5 is blue. Are you ready to read about pets? All right, let's jump in.
Peter, did you walk Lucy today? His mom asked. Peter was in charge of taking his dog for a walk. Lucy needed a walk every day. Even if it was a short walk, she needed her exercise. Peter had agreed to take care of Lucy when he asked for a puppy. He knew that pets were a lot of work. He did not care. Peter loved Lucy like a best friend.
It's time to stop and think we're gonna stop and think we're gonna stop. And think. This first passage is a fictional text about a boy named Peter who lives with his mom. And he has a pet dog. And it's his responsibility to take Lucy for a walk because she needs exercise. Peter knows that it's a lot of work being a pet owner. You have a lot of responsibilities, but he doesn't mind doing it because he loves Lucy like a best friend. Now that we've stopped and thought about what was happening in this story, we're ready to tackle some questions. Here we go!
Question 1. What is this text about? Exercising, a boy and his dog, pets, or friends? Underline your evidence and mark your answer.
Underline your evidence and mark your answer now. Underline your evidence and mark your answer now.
The correct answer is B. This text is all about a boy named Peter and his dog, Lucy. Question 2. Who is the main character? Lucy, Peter's mom, Lucy's mom, or Peter? Underline your evidence and mark your answer.
Underline your evidence and mark your answer now. Underline your evidence and mark your answer now.
The correct answer is D. The main character is Peter. because this story is all about Peter's responsibilities as a pet owner. Question 3. What word part could you add to the root ask to make a new word? ES, LY, ING, or FUL? Underline your evidence and mark your answer.
Underline your evidence and mark your answer now. Underline your evidence and mark your answer now.
The correct answer is C. You could add ing to the root ask to make a new word, asking. Question 4. What is the definition of exercise? Companionship, a physical workout, food, or fetch? Underline your evidence and mark your answer.
Underline your evidence and mark your answer now. Underline your evidence and mark your answer now.
The correct answer is B. The definition of exercise is a physical workout because when we exercise, we strengthen our bodies. Question 5. Which phrase is a simile from this text? In charge of, agreed to take care of, like a best friend, or a lot of work? Underline your evidence and mark your answer.
Underline your evidence and mark your answer now. Underline your evidence and mark your answer now.
The correct answer is C. The phrase, like a best friend, is a simile because it uses like to compare two different things.
Ready for the next text? Ready? Ready? Here it comes. Catch it, catch it. Ugh. Oh, good catch.
A talking parrot can be a very funny pet. Sometimes it might even scare you a bit. One night, I came home with my parents, and the living room was dark. Before we could turn on a light, we heard a voice call out our names. We were so scared because we thought there was a burglar in our house. It turned out to be our parrot greeting us. We laughed for a long time after that happened.
Talking parrot, talking parrot. Having a cracker? Passage number 2. It's time to stop and think we're gonna stop and think why don't you stop and think. This second fictional text is all about a child who has a talking parrot for a pet. And one night they came home with their parents and they thought that someone had actually broken into their house because there was a sound, there was a voice inside the house calling out to them. And it turned out, of course, to be the talking parrot that was calling their names and not a burglar. And they thought it was very funny, and they laughed about it for a long time.
Question 1. Which title would tell a reader more about this text? Pirates and Their Birds, Scared by a Parrot, Is That a Burglar, or A Funny Story? Underline your evidence and mark your answer.
Underline your evidence and mark your answer now. Underline your evidence and mark your answer now.
The correct answer is B. The title that would tell a reader more about this text is Scared by a Parrot, because that describes the problem of the story. Question 2. Who is the narrator? A child, a mother, a father, or a parrot? Underline your evidence and mark your answer.
Underline your evidence and mark your answer now. Underline your evidence and mark your answer now.
The correct answer is A. The narrator is a child, because the person telling the story is describing what happened to them and their parents. Question 3. Which word has the same vowel sound as scare? Score, spare, cane, or rack? Underline your evidence and mark your answer.
Underline your evidence and mark your answer now. Underline your evidence and mark your answer now.
The correct answer is B. The word that has the same vowel sound as scare is spare. Question 4. Which word is a synonym for greeting? Pecking, yelling, welcoming, or talking? Underline your evidence and mark your answer.
Underline your evidence and mark your answer now. Underline your evidence and mark your answer now.
The correct answer is C. A synonym for the word greeting is welcoming, because when we greet people, we make them feel welcome. Question 5. Which word describes the tone of this text? Informative, serious, funny, or false? Underline your evidence and mark your answer.
Underline your evidence and mark your answer now. Underline your evidence and mark your answer now.
The correct answer is C. The word that best describes the tone of this text is funny, because in this story, a family is scared by their pet.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the dance party!
Alright, you want to do the Ruby dance? Or maybe I'll do the Ruby. Here we go. 5, 6, 7. Before we hit passage number 3, repeat after me. Yes! Nice one. Okay, well done. You've got skills.
Wade could barely sit still at school. All he could think about was what was going on at his house right now. Wayne's mind was on his sweet dog, Mabel. Mabel was due to have puppies any minute. Wade's family had homes for all of the babies already. The new owners were just waiting. Wade wondered if Mabel would deliver today. He thought about his pet the entire way home on the bus.
The third passage is all about a boy named Wade, and he's at school, but he can't focus. It should be focus time for Wade, but it isn't. Wade is having a lot of difficulty focusing. He's feeling really anxious and worried because he really wants to get back home. And he wants to get back home to Mabel. And Mabel is his dog. And his dog is about to have puppies. And it's a very exciting time. In fact, all of the puppies that Mabel is going to have are going to be given away to other families, which I thought was quite nice as we were reading. So there's Wade, and he's thinking about Mabel all day long, even on the bus ride home. Let's answer some questions, people.
Question 1. Which picture would tell a reader more about this text? A picture of a dog with puppies? A picture of a clock? A picture of a schoolhouse? Or a picture of a school bus? Underline your evidence and mark your answer.
Underline your evidence and mark your answer now. Underline your evidence and mark your answer now.
The correct answer is A. A picture of a dog with puppies would tell a reader more about this text, as the subject of this story is a dog named Mabel and her soon-to-be-born puppies. Question 2. Which title best fits this text? Mabel's Secret, Waiting for Puppies, Getting Ready, or Hard to Wait? Underline your evidence and mark your answer.
Underline your evidence and mark your answer now. Underline your evidence and mark your answer now.
The correct answer is B. The title that best fits this text is Waiting for Puppies, because this story describes a boy named Wade who is anxious for his dog Mabel's puppies to be born. Question 3. Which word is the root word in going? ing, go, oing, or goin? Underline your evidence and mark your answer.
Underline your evidence and mark your answer now. Underline
The correct answer is B. The root word in going is go, because go comes at the beginning of the word going. Question 4. Which of these words are synonyms? Barely and think, wondered and thought, sit and still, or minute and today? Underline your evidence and mark your answers.
Underline your evidence and mark your answer now. Underline your evidence and mark your answer now.
The correct answer is B. Wondered and thought are synonyms because they both describe the activity of thinking. Question 5. Which is an example of alliteration from the text? Sit still at school, his house, Wade wondered, or all of the above? Underline your evidence and mark your answer.
Underline your evidence and mark your answer now. Underline your evidence and mark your answer now.
The correct answer is D, all of the above, because each of the words in these phrases begins with the same consonant sound.
All right, friends, exit ticket time. Listen carefully. Here's what you're going to do. Your job today is to read The Cutest Face in the World. There are 6 questions waiting for you at the end of The Cutest Face in the World, and of course, your job is to mark whether this is nonfiction or fiction, and to make sure that you are stopping and thinking about what happens in this story, and then last but not least, answer the 6 questions after you've underlined your evidence. As always, thank you so much for joining me today. Have a wonderful rest of your day, my friends, and I will see you back here on the world's greatest YouTube channel! From Mr. Scott. Bye-bye. With Mr. Scott.
Remote learning.
Let's give it a shot.
Remote learning.
With Mr. Scott.
Remote